What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another top 5 list. And if you think the last one was tough with the Star Wars Black Series, this one was even tougher. This one was very, very difficult. Transformers. Now, I want to be clear on this. We are just doing like Transformers Generations, the new stuff, the Sieges, the Studio Series, the Earthrise, Kingdom, Legacy Evolution. That's what we're looking at. There's going to be another video that's going to be top 5 vintage, and that's going to be all the vintage I have. What my top 5 are for those. So, until then, we are going to look at the top 5 Transformers, and like I said, difficult to nail down the top 5. I have well over 200 Transformers, and it's hard. It's very difficult to go through them, look through them, and determine which one's the best. So, let's get on with it. Let's get to Transformer number 5 on this list. All right, start things out. Number 5, probably going to surprise a lot of people. It's Rodimus Prime for me. This is the Kingdom Rodimus Prime, a Commander class. So he was expensive. He was like 80 bucks. But man, I really like this figure. I think they did him a great justice by everything they did. Of course, he's got the really long rifle there. He's got the cool sword. We'll move his arm down a little bit, and then he's got a fantastic head sculpt. I think that head sculpt really fits him well. It makes him a little more menacing, a little more leader-esque, and this is a great figure. Of course, he comes with the trailer too that transforms into the giant cannon. That's kind of a homage to the G1 toy, if you guys have seen that. If you haven't seen it, you're living under a rock. But Rodimus Prime, love the colors, love the articulation, love the sculpt work, and he just looks great to me. So he's going to get number 5 on this top 5 Transformers list. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is one that'll probably be a little controversial too, just due to the terrible accessories that he came with. But my number 4 is the Legacy Blitzwing. I really like this figure. One of the better G1 versions of a modern figure that we've gotten lately. He comes with those weird, stupid fist things. I don't even know what those are for. I don't even have them handy. They're in storage somewhere. But this Blitzwing next to the Masterpiece really looks legit. Another cool thing is he comes with 2 guns. So he's got a gun back there I've got stored away. He's got a gun there. He comes with a sword. And he looks really cool. The backpack is a little large, as you can see there, but overall, I mean, it's Blitzwing. He's got to have a big backpack. He's got the wings in the back, the tank, turret in the back. What I like about this one is the details. Nice Decepticon logo there on each leg. That is very cool. Like that a lot. Of course, he's got it there. And the head sculpt's great. I mean, that totally reads Blitzwing. This thing's actually light years ahead of the Combiner Wars one, which I also have. Actually, I'm sorry, that's Titan's Return. Titan's Return one I have, and man, this thing blows it out of the water. Again, a very solid figure. We don't get any of that cheap plastic, you know. We've got nice, solid, hard plastic that is really well made and really well done. So number 4 is Blitzwing. Okay, the number 3 spot is a little bit of a interesting spot because we actually have 2 figures here. The reason we have 2 figures here is because they share the same exact mold. This is probably the most articulated Transformer I've seen ever. For one that transforms and one that's mainline, that is Tarn/Bludgeon. Same body, the only difference on these two is Bludgeon comes with different colors, of course, different head, and he comes with a sword. Tarn is just phenomenal. There is, you can't even tell that this would be a Transformer. There's no kibble on the back. His articulation is unbelievable. You can get more range of motion out of this guy than a Black Series or Marvel Legend. I mean, you got to get up to SH Figures, Mafex, you know, really articulated figures to even match the articulation that these two have. It's unbelievable how good Hasbro did on these guys. These guys are just absolutely incredible figures. They pose so very well. I love it that Bludgeon comes with a sword. I mean, how many other Transformers do you know of that can you get a 2-handed sword pose? I mean, it doesn't happen. Transformers are usually a little more clunky, a little more bulky, but these two really take the cake. It was difficult not to put these guys in the number 1 spot. I didn't because there's one that's really dear to my heart in the number 1 spot, but these guys are going to be in number 3. And I really think that if you can, get at least one of these guys because they are absolutely phenomenal figures. All right, number 2, and this was close. It was close between, 1, 2, and 3 is really neck and neck. But number 2 is going to go to Cyclonus. Another figure that I fell in love with the minute I got it. This is, of course, the Kingdom Cyclonus. And a beautiful job they did with this. It's been re-released a few times. One with the Selects version with the G1 colors, which I don't have. I need to get that. But his articulation, again, is phenomenal. Very well done. And again, he's got that good, solid plastic where we don't have any, there's really no holes or anything. He's built very solid. As you can see, ports where his hands would go. You have to open other panels to get to him. His backpack is very minimal. There's almost nothing there, just the cockpit of the jet that he turns into. His gun looks great. And then, of course, he has some pipe lighting too, which always helps a figure. So, this thing, I wish they did Galvatron as well as they did Cyclonus, but he looks absolutely phenomenal. Love everything about this. If you saw the G1 version, he blows that out of the water. He should. We have better engineering nowadays. But Cyclonus is number 2 on this list. All right, drum roll. Here we go. Number 1. Probably wouldn't expect this. Maybe some of you would. But number 1 for me, Jetfire. Skyfire, whatever you want to call him. I call him Jetfire. That's what he is to me. He's Jetfire. This is all the way back to the Siege line. So this figure is almost 5 years old now. But man, he still holds up well. He's close to a foot tall. He was $80 back in the day. Thank goodness they have re-released him. They've done a shattered glass version of him. And he's phenomenal. He looks like he's straight out of the cartoon. You can switch the Autobot emblem to the Decepticon emblem. Guns galore. He has weapons everywhere. This is actually a custom blade that I got off Mercari from a guy who does custom weapons. So that you can add to it, makes him even cooler. His jet mode is phenomenal. The engineering is great. I think the only knock I can give this guy is that his hip's a little loose. But he is 5 years old. And mine, fortunately, is not yellowing. I know a lot of these white characters are yellowing, but this one is not. Articulation's great. I remember the day I got this guy, I fooled around with him for about 3 hours, and he will articulate in almost any pose you want him to. Great engineering on the hands as well, to where you've got that little peg that opens and closes. I think it's Hasbro, one of Hasbro's best modern Transformers that they've done. So Jetfire is going to get the number 1 spot on this list. All right, there you go. There's the top 5 list. Like I said, very, very difficult to do this. These top 5 lists are not easy. They're very difficult. We've got a few more to do that I'm thinking about. We're going to do a G.I. Joe Classified top 5 list before I sell them all. Yes, that's right. I'm selling all my G.I. Joe Classified. I'm out. But before we do that, we are going to go ahead and do a top 5 for that. We'll do a top 5 vintage list. That can be any vintage figure that I own. And then we'll do a top 5 overall list. So look forward to those in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed this list. Of course, send me your top 5 Transformer list if you're a Transformer collector like I am. And love to hear your comments. Love to hear what you think. Let me know if you agree with my list or not. Either way, it's all good. You guys have a good one. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.